Okay, so I'm so freaking excited. And when they announced these codes, I wanted to do a training for y'all specifically. I know we do a lot of big trainings, but I wanted to do one a little bit more um, smaller, like it's specifically for you guys. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat so that I can answer them while I'm on here, instead of answering a bajillion questions after. But I just wanted to talk about enrolling DTs with the codes and then duplicating that and then just talking about promotions in general. So I think the first thing I want to say is that when, after last year at conference and, they said anybody who ordered this or whatever, and they gave out codes and we literally got like 20 codes, y'all, for like $20 kit. So I went into conference thinking like, okay, we're going to get like a bajillion codes and I'm going to go enroll like 50 people and it's going to be bomb and I'm going to fill my whole chart and it's going to be amazing and I'm going to get it done. And then when they announced 30 codes, I was almost like disappointed. Like, I'm just going to be completely honest and transparent with y'all. I was kind of disappointed, like, 3? You're going to give me freaking 3 codes? And because I know that I can enroll. I know that if someone gives me 20 codes, I can fill those 20 codes in the next 2 weeks, And so I was expecting a lot. Like, I literally leaned over to Kayla and Jenna and I was like, I need 20 codes. Like, it was so funny, but I was literally like, give me them and I will do the work and I will fill my chart and I will make this happen. And then I got to thinking about it, and the more like on our plane ride home and like everything, I was like, this is so cool. And some of y'all were in the Uber with me while we were there, and I was like, this is actually so cool because not only did they give us each 3 codes to enroll people for this discounted price, which creates urgency, but all of our new DTs get 3 codes. And I was like, what they're doing is trying to create that duplication for us. And I'm over here so worried about, I'm going to get this done for myself. I'm going to do, and I think sometimes we look at our chart and we think, I have to do all of that. I have to fill all of that, and it gets overwhelming. And yes, it is your chart, but when it comes to your business, if you're not duplicating, you are going to have to do it yourself the whole entire time. And I feel like that's why I got in that mindset of like, well, if nobody else is going to do it, I'm going to have to do it. And I just started like not even trusting other people in my business to do their work. I was just trusting myself to get it all done. And one, that's not how this business should work and does work. And that's not how God works in our business either. And so once I started thinking about it, I was like, this is so cool because you go enroll your 3 DTs and then teach those DTs to do the same exact thing, which sounds like really simple and it's a little more nitty gritty than that. But essentially that's what it is how did you enroll those 3 DTs? Was it from host to host? Was it from posting? Was it from posting on your stories? How did you talk to that DT to help them explain the business? Go through that and then just do the same exact thing with your new DTs. Have them post the same things that you're posting. Have them post the same stories that you're posting. Have them, do all those things that helped you get those DTs. And you sign those DTs through them. That's going to boost their confidence. They're going to be building their business and be excited. And they're going to be using those codes to help you build your team, and they're building their team. And so essentially that's what we're focusing on. And I'm learning along with y'all because I'm horrible at duplication. And sometimes it's more work, but it's going to pay off. When you're training a new DT, and, today I enrolled a new DT yesterday and 2 today, and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even sent out my messages today. All I'm doing is messaging these new DTs, trying to help them get started. But they're sending me combos. I'm having combos with customers. It's just through my new DT. So when they enroll a customer, it's essentially you enrolling one. You're just helping them do it. When they enroll a DT, you're helping them do it. And so be focused on that too. And when it comes to enrolling DTs in general, like my number 1 tip, especially during boom season, is be loud. Like, be freaking loud about your story, about the fact that you have these $69 codes. Make that sound like the freaking best thing in the world, that you're going to save $30 and get $100 in products and $150 shopping spree and a $15,000 bonus. Like, shout out all those things and be urgent about it. I love when we have codes versus, when they did the $69 kits a while back, I was like, that's cool, but like, I'm going to have to either like lie and create my own urgency and be like, I have 10 spots, even though I don't. But when we have codes, you automatically have that urgency set in, because I have girls who are like, well, how long do these codes last? And I'm like, well, they last until end of February, but I guarantee they'll be filled by next week. So like, you're in or you're out, and you're going to get the serious people in with that. The serious people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm ready. Or they're going to find a way to make it happen. Or even if they don't get in with those codes, the serious people that get paid in 3 weeks when you're out of codes are going to join for $99 because they were serious enough to do that. So you're kind of weeding out everybody else, which is good too. So yeah, be loud. Something about boom season is people will feed off of your energy. And I don't know if you've heard anybody say before, like people will buy you before they'll buy products. People will, join you personally before they'll join any business. And that's 100% true. And I've even had some people tell me before, like, I just love your energy. Like, you're just so excited and blah, blah, blah. And they can see that through my Instagram stories when I video myself making my coffee or telling my story or whatever, or even in my posts. Like, people can tell if I'm just faking it and writing this crap out and posting it, or they can tell if I'm excited and I'm meaningful. And so make sure that you're putting that energy into your post. And if you don't feel that energy yet, go find your inspiration. Podcasts, YouTube, get that inspiration from somewhere, or you're not going to have anything to pour out if your cup is empty. And I feel like I went through that the last 6 months. I've been like, okay, I guess I'm going to say it, like using old posts and like just writing whatever down and hoping those posts get me through the day instead of really being inspirational. And so make sure you're doing that, and people will literally flock to you. I'm not kidding. And I was talking to Hannah Griffin about this earlier today because I feel like during boom season, I'm so busy, helping my team chart and helping my team do all this and that. And because of my energy and pouring into all that, I swear, like, God just brings people to me. I don't know if they see the work that I'm putting in, and I just don't feel like I'm putting in that work to actually gain those people, those customers, those DTs. Like I said today, I haven't sent out the messages that I want because I've been busy doing those other things in my business, which are important. But I swear God's just bringing people to me, and they might see my work, but also He's going to work when you're putting in action. And even if you feel like I've been helping people chart today, I've been helping my new DTs get started, and that's working my business. And so He's going to reward the other part that I can't physically do. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do everything. So that was kind of all over the place, but that's kind of about enrolling DTs. And then some different ways to focus on that is obviously posting, and not just posting like, I have $69 codes, join my team, blah, blah, blah. And those are fine. Like, I did one today that's like, oh my gosh, I just found out I have 6 codes to help people join, blah, 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 all the info about joining. And I have those, but those are also accompanied by me posting my story every single day. So if I get comments on my post that say like, who would join if it wasn't $99, or right now I only have 2 codes left, and you see comments on those posts, it's not because people are attracted to that post. It's because people have been watching me tell my story every single night for the past months and months and months about my story in a different way every night, and on my Insta story and Facebook story. So now when they see that I have codes, now they're coming out of the woodworks, if that makes sense. So make sure you're telling your story in a different way every single day. And I always do it at night at the same time. Because one, the same people are usually on social media at night every time. So if somebody has to see something, what is it, like 7 to 20, I don't even know, 7 to 20 times before they're going to jump in. I want it to be those people that are seeing it every single night while they're laying in bed thinking about how broke they are, thinking about how they need an extra income, how they're stressed out, seeing those posts at the end of the night. Plus a lot of people are just on social media at the end of the night. So I usually post my story every night between like 6 to 9-ish, because I go to bed at 9, you guys. So that's my max. But you can even post at like 10 p.m. if you want to. But make sure you're telling us your story in a different way every night. And if you need inspiration, follow leaders. Think of those different ways at conference that they said to tell your story. Think of those different things in your life. So don't make one huge long story that contains everything. I kind of like to split it up. So sometimes I'll talk about how I was a broke college student feeling overwhelmed, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes I'll talk about how in college I literally sat at my desk job and added up on a calculator how much my paychecks were going to be, how much babysitting money I would have, and try to do the math to see if I would even be able to pay for college. Sometimes I'll talk about how I would stress out at the gas pumps, putting $5 to $10 in my gas tank every time because I would stress out spending a full $30 to fill up my tank. Different ways, those different things that you felt or that you may still feel. Talk about those different things at different times so that you have multiple stories to tell. And then at conference, they explain, talk about what your life was like before. And even if you just joined or it hasn't changed that much yet, talk about how, before you might have felt hopeless and overwhelmed and stressed out, but now you feel like you have an opportunity, you have hope that things are going to change, and talk about what it's done for you so far, even if that's just friendships and an extra $100 a month and whatever, and then talk about where you're going. And people want to join someone who they know they're going somewhere. People don't want to join someone who's sitting still, not going anywhere, not doing anything, just sitting there. They want to know that you're on a mission, you're going somewhere, and they're going to want to jump in and go with you, and run with you. And if you want those runners, you want those people that are going to run with you. I saw this on our Triples and Above page. They were talking about, like, how do I enroll more red people? Not saying you have to be red to work this business, but reds are like, okay, let's freaking go. Like, no excuses. Let's run. Like, I don't care what I have to do to get there type thing. And so reds are attracted to the work that you put in. They don't want to know that it's all flowers and sunshine and this business is so great. I joined and now I made $100 or $1 million and blah, blah, blah. They want to know, like, but how did you do that? So when I post about power hours every morning and waking up at 5:30 a.m., when I'm going to scare away the people who don't want to wake up early. And not saying you have to wake up early in this business, but you know what I mean? Like, I want to attract those people who are like, oh, she's putting in the work. Like, this business must work because, she's doing the work and she's seeing the result. And so when I join, they know that if they join and put in the work, they're going to get that result too. So that in your post too. Use DT stories multiple times a day in different ways. So sometimes I'll post, my story and click through my story about, what I've been able to do through the business, kind of like I would tell it on my page, but just in different slides of, a story with different pictures of me. Sometimes I do, if you look on my story right now, I have one that, I think it's on there right now. It might be gone by now. But I did one with like different pictures of different people, and I told their story throughout all of them. And then I put a picture of me and I said, and I'm Courtney and here's my story. And then I said, and we can help you do the same thing type thing. So you could tell different people's stories throughout your stories. You can do ones that are talking about the $69 code, getting started, different variety of those, just like the different variety of posts. Have those in your stories as well, and multiple of those stories a day. Like I said, be loud and be like annoyingly like, here it is over and over and over and over again. Because you might think that people are seeing it over and over again, but a lot of people aren't, or they might see one of your stories but not the other ones. So make sure you're doing that. Shout out every single time that someone joined your team. I always post like a position filled picture, and then I say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for whatever their name is. They just joined, they're getting started, they're going to earn an extra income. And at the end, I always say, like, message me opportunity for more info. And so I'm always doing that, because if people are interested and they're like, does this business really work? And then they see like Jalen just joined her team, and Carly just joined her team, and Taylor just joined her team, and Hope just joined her team, and LaShonda just joined her team. They're probably like, oh crap, like I probably need to join her team because everybody is, and this must be a real thing. And like they're gonna have FOMO, and monkey see, monkey do. They're gonna see what other people are doing, and they're gonna want in too. So make sure you're shouting that out too. And then be super confident when you're talking to your potential DTs. And I'm not saying you have to be confident as a person, but talk confidently. If you're still in this business, it's because you believe in this business and you know it works. If you thought it didn't work and you thought you could never make money with this, you wouldn't still be here. And so talk like that. Even if you haven't made $1,000 yet, talk like that's what you're going to do, and say what you have been able to do and what you're going to do. I always talk about, when I first joined, I was a broke college student, just looking for an extra $20 a month. And now, because of this business, I was able to graduate, and this is now my full-time job. Like, I get to say both things. I say why I joined, because it's probably the same reason as them, for an extra $100, $200 a month. But now look where I am type thing. And so be confident when you talk to PDTs, and send them those videos. Oh my gosh. Because when I have 5 people message me opportunity, I'm like, video, 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 video. And they're like, okay, I have like 2 questions, and then they're ready to join, or they have to wait to get paid. Like, I'm not sitting there having these blown out conversations with potentials. Sometimes I voice message them and have a real combo with them if they're like concerned about something, but I'm getting most of the info out of the way with those 2 videos, and it makes my life so simple, and they're all like ready to join after. So make sure you're using those videos and utilizing that to make it simple, and put them into text replacements. Jalen, put them into text replacements, because whenever somebody's like, can I have more info? I'm like, biz 1, send them the first video, or send them the first message. And then they're like, I'm a college student. And I send biz 2, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Like, I love how you can work this business even during school. Can I send you a video? They're like, yes. So I'm like, video 1. Send them the first video. They're like, okay, I finished. I'm like, video 2. Send them the second video. and then they're like, I have 2 questions, and then they're ready. Like, it's just like boom, 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 especially if you have a busy schedule and you have to sit there and copy and paste and whatnot. You're going to get less done in those little pockets of time than if you have to just like type out 3 letters and you're done. And yes, I'm looking at you this whole time. I'll do a how to. Okay, so that's basically signing DTs. Does anyone have questions about that before I move on? Yes, you can add the video as a text replacement. So I have like a whole message that goes with it. It says, because I asked like, can I send you a video in the last message? And then they say yes. And I say, perfect, here's the first video about what I do. Let me know when it's finished and I'll send you the last video. And then I put the video link like in the text replacement message, and then it will send it all of it. It will send the message and the video. And then I'll do it with the same with the second video. And I can send you guys all those text replacements so that you can just save them the same way I do. But that's what I do for that. And then, okay, so next thing is once you sign a DT. So cool, we're working on signing DTs. We finally sign them. The biggest tip I have, especially with the new fast start system, them having to get their first 6 customers and then them getting their first 3 distributors with those codes, is really taking the time to train these DTs, constantly being in contact with them. And I even created this, and I can send it to you guys. If you guys like, here's my struggle with signing DTs, and I'll just be honest. I can't remember a dang thing. Like, if I train somebody on host to post, I could go back and message them and be like, hey, did we talk about host to post, or do you have no idea what that is? Like, you know, like I don't remember who I talk about what with. Like, it's all a blur to me. I don't know if it's because I talked to too many people in one day. I have no idea what it is. I'm just losing my memory at 21 years old. But today I made these papers because I was talking to another leader, and I was like, I can't remember anything. Like, if I could just remember where I was at with that DT to like train them on the next thing that we haven't talked about, I would be willing to go do it. It's just that it's so overwhelming because I don't remember. Like, some of y'all might be like, you're crazy, I remember everything. But so I made these papers today that basically is like a new DT checklist, and we're going to send you like an actual new DT checklist. Me and Kayla came up with it. We have some editing to do, and then we'll send it probably tomorrow or the next day. But to go through with your DTs to get all these things done and kind of train them the best way, and different videos to send them and things like that. So I created this checklist. So it just has their name at the top, and I'm doing it for every DT. It has their name at the top. I'm going to put their ID number, and then it has this list of things that I'm going to check off every time we do it. So it says like, send them the welcome video, send them the getting started video, make their first post, add to team pages, send the loyal customer video, send sample posts, send sample stories, send the how to post video, add to the signing loyal customers and distributors page, add to the chats, send them more posts, send them how to add friends video, and teach them how to host posts. Like, just things like that that we should be doing with them, but I like forget what step they're at, and some people go really fast, some people go really slow. Like, I enrolled a girl today that's like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? Like, she's ready to go. And then I enrolled a girl like yesterday that she's a little bit slower, which is fine, but I just need to remember where I'm at. So I created that so I can kind of keep track of that. So I'll send it to you. You don't have to screenshot it. I will send you all that document too. But constantly be in contact with them, teaching them those different things, and just checking in, being like, hey, did you have time to watch that video? Hey, like, are you able to find posts? Like, after you send them the how to post video, checking in and be like, are you able to find where those posts are to be able to post? Are you able to add new friends to your network? Make sure they're not confused. Use the checklist that we're going to send you. And just always like celebrate their little wins. I feel like sometimes like they'll sign one customer and we're like, it's just one customer. But really, like, one customer to a new DT is like the best freaking thing ever. And it is a good thing. And so making sure that we're being like, oh my gosh, you just got your first customer. And if you guys have seen in like the newbie chat, I've been shouting people out every time they get a customer and every time they get their shopping spree, to one, hype them up and let them know that they're doing something good, but also so that other people are like, oh, we get a shopping spree, or like, oh, you know, like, it's exciting. And so making sure to do that. I'll send you those videos in the presidential chat, all the text placements and everything after. And then after you enroll those DTs, like I said, duplication. So teach them to enroll those loyal customers and teach them to enroll those DTs with their promo codes. Let them know they have promo codes. Use them, create urgency, make it sound exciting. Like, it's normally $99 to join, but right now it's only $69, all this kind of good stuff. y'all have any questions about like duplication and teaching them how to sign their DTs? I know sometimes it's harder because sometimes they are discouraged, and I have girls who are like, I'm just discouraged. Like, I don't know how to sign my DT. Nobody's interested, all this stuff. So it is harder than signing your own, because like I can go out and sign my own DTs and I'm not discouraged, but they might be. And so just letting them know that you're going to be like, teach them to do exactly what you're doing. So if you have a post that's working well, have them add like 50 people that day. And then that night, have them post a DT post or something like that. Like, who's looking to earn an extra $500 a month? If they're a brand new DT, they have all these people on their page that have never seen that post before. So they're probably going to get more comments than I would, because I post about it all the time, if that makes sense. So just those simple posts work good for them too. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about, I'm trying to talk fast so that I don't go forever. The other thing I want to talk about is placing your DT, because a lot of y'all that are going for Diamond or even Ruby or Emerald or whatever, we've talked about charts a lot. And so it could seem like, okay, I enrolled a DT. Where the heck do I place them? What do I do? Whatever. The first thing I'll say is pray about it and go with your gut, because some people are going to join and you're going to know in your gut this person's going to be a freaking diamond in 30 days. I just know it. Some people will join and you're kind of like, I'm not really sure. Like, they haven't even made their first post yet, and they're on day 3 and I'm about to move this distributor. You know what I mean? And so you kind of know in your gut, but also give yourself grace and know that you're going to make mistakes. There are people that I placed in my chart as like a 400 box, thinking that they wouldn't really work, and then they went like diamond. And I'm like, okay, well, I really could have used them in a different place in my chart, but that's okay. Like, like things happen, and you're gonna have like, maybe you place 2 people on one leg that end up going diamond, and now you have 2 diamonds there, but you don't really need 2 diamonds, but you need a diamond over here. Like, things are gonna happen, but give yourself grace and just keep building, continue building, and those people are gonna pop up where you need them. Even if they were a Ruby, maybe they're going to go diamond instead of being a Ruby. You know what I mean? So you can always erase on your chart. You can always have new people pop up when you least expect it. So just pray about it. Go with your gut. Give yourself grace. It's not always going to be perfect with placing, and people will surprise you both good and bad. Like, I've put someone in like an Emerald spot before, and they didn't do a dang thing in their business. So I had to move things around, and people, like I said, put in a 400 box and they did amazing. And so you have to move stuff around. And so it'll all work out, I promise. So just note on that. And then make sure you have a 6 list out. So I like to use our rhythm tracker I've put in the chats before. I put it on our team page. I just write down my numbers next to it. So like an hour of self-development, add 50 new Facebook friends, follow 200 people on Instagram, message 100 people for host posts, things like that, just going down the list. And I physically have to check it off. So if I get to the end of the week and I have like a bajillion blank spots, or like one whole row is blank, I'm like, okay, I really need to work on, following on Instagram, or I really need to work on messaging new people, or whatever it is. You get to see, and that's up to you to recognize, okay, I really need to work on this area, or I really need to learn how to do this better, or maybe you just need to learn how to balance your time more to get it all done. But that's up to you to recognize that and see those blanks and be like, okay, I really need to make a change, instead of just blowing it off and being like, well, I didn't get that done this week. Oh, well, you know what I mean? So that definitely has helped me with all of that. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was messaging and host posts. So a lot of y'all, not a lot of y'all, but some of you guys, I know some people in general, hold on. Some people hate messaging. Like, it gives you anxiety. You hate doing it. You don't want to message. And I totally get it. And so I was just telling LaShonda this before, and I said, I don't message people for anything except for host posts. And so if you're nervous about messaging and asking someone if they're interested in the business, I'm not saying it's bad to do that. Message people and ask them if they're interested in earning an extra income, because it will work. But if you're nervous about that, or you don't want to ask people to become a customer or a distributor or whatever, if that gives you anxiety, just message people about host posts. You're not asking them to spend money. You're not asking them to sell anything. You're literally offering them free money. And if they say no or ignore you, that's fine. It's no big deal. And if they say yes, like, I've had so many people message me back and be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Our family's really going through something right now, and this would be such a blessing to earn this. And they don't even know if they're going to win or not, but they're like, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Like, I get a lot of those. And so they're truly thankful for having the entry. And some people are like, sure, I would post for you even if there wasn't a giveaway. Like, I'm like, okay, girlfriend, well, you get a free entry anyway. So message for host posts and do a lot of it. And what's been working for me is messaging on Instagram for host posts, having them put a picture on their story. I can show you all what it looks like. Having them put a picture on their story that just says, my friend Courtney is looking for anyone who wants to work part-time or full-time from their phone, all in your own time. What does it say? 500 to 2,000 monthly. It has a picture of me, and then it says message opportunity to that link box for info. And so I have them, I say, perfect, save this picture to your phone, put it on your Instagram story, and then mention my name in that black box. So they're going to literally tag my name in that black box. So when people are clicking through their story and they're like, oh, what is this? They're going to click on my name and it goes straight to my profile, and they just have to message me the word opportunity, or they just follow me. It'll help you get a lot of new followers too. So I've been doing that on Instagram, and then on Facebook, I've been either messaging for host posts or just doing a lot of giveaway posts that they comment on, having them post about, here's the thing, that I make a giveaway post on my page. Any of my friends who comment, chances are they probably posted for me before, because I've been doing host posts for like 2 years. It's crazy. So I have a lot of people who have already posted for me. So if they post for me again, I'm probably not going to get a lot of comments on their post. So I'm having all of the people who comment on my giveaway post, I'm having them post about the giveaway. I shouldn't say all of them. I'm having like maybe 5 people a day post for me about the giveaway, maybe less depending on if they blow up. Post for me about the giveaway. So, hey everyone, I've partnered with my friend Courtney, and she's giving away $200 a month on the 15th. Drop an emoji for an entry. So all of their friends are commenting on this giveaway post because they want an entry. So they're dropping emojis. Then I'm going and adding all of those people as friends, and I'm commenting back to them saying, I sent you a friend request so that you can see the giveaway on my page when it happens. So I'm commenting that on all of their posts. So then they're adding me back as a friend first, and then I'm messaging them saying, hey, I saw your comment on my giveaway post. Put up this product post for me. And I'll get your entry in. So they're posting about the product for me. But I was also telling LaShawna this a little bit ago too, that a lot of those people, I tell them I added you a friend, they go accept my friend request, they go stalk my page, and before I even message them about making a post for me, they're literally commenting on either a product post of mine, wanting more info, or they're commenting on a DT post of mine, wanting more info about the business. So some of those people, I go straight into it being like, hey, you're interested in becoming a DT? And they didn't, they just commented on the host post for me about the giveaway. And so messaging all those people, having them post about the product post for me. And I'm just doing a TFX post. So I'm having them post about the TFX. And then when I message those people that comment on the TFX post, I'm going straight into the triple threat. And I can get all these text replacements out for you guys, but I'm going straight into the triple threat saying, hey, I saw your comment on my weight loss post. This is made up of 3 products. And I say this is like the best system, blah, 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 blah. And then I actually give them 2 options. So I give them the option of the skinny coffee, the TFX, and the cleanse. Or would you rather do package 2, which is the TFX, cleanse, and carb control, because some people don't like coffee. So I'm giving them the option. I'm saying package 1 or package 2, which sounds better? And so they'll comment back and be like, package 1 or package 2, and then I'll send them a text replacement that explains that specific package. So perfect, here's info of package 1, it's the coffee, blah, 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 it's the cleanse, and I give info, and then I'll info about the triple threat, and I say, how does that sound so far? And then they're usually like, how much is it? Or good, that sounds great, how much is it? And then I send them, this system is normally over $200, but right now it's discounted to $120. Which is like $80 in savings. This is what all my customers are using to lose weight like crazy. Are you ready to get started? And a lot of them either have to wait till they get paid or they're ready to get started right then. Last month, I think out of all of my customers, I only had like 2 30 BV, and the rest of them, like 20 of my other customers were triple threat 93 BV. So you're going to bring in a lot more volume, and your customers are going to see better results. I feel like when I only had 30 BV orders, a lot of my customers were pissed because either they were just trying the coffee or just trying the cleanse or just the TFX or whatever, when they had like 60-pound weight loss goals and they weren't seeing those results. So they were mad, and then they're going to stop ordering because they think it doesn't work, when really they need a full system to see those results. So they're going to see better results. You're going to retain that customer. You're going to get more BV. It's a win-win-win. So that's a little bit about that. But does anyone have any questions before my Zoom kicks off here? I feel like I kind of went fast on everything, but I'll put this recording up so y'all can rewatch it if you want to. But those are the biggest things. The other thing I want to say is just utilize boom season. Utilize the momentum that's happening. Text replacement training. Okay, I'll do like a screen recording. But utilize this boom season and while we have momentum. And what I always say is like, never stop yourself once you reach your goal if we're still in this momentum. So for example, you know, when I went distributor to Emerald 2 years ago in February, I could have stopped at Emerald because I never even thought I could get to Ruby that month, or I thought I would only get to Ruby that month. I ended up going Emerald. I could have stopped, but I wanted to keep using the momentum while we had it. Why would I want to wait till next year to promote again, or wait till the fall to promote again? So then I went Diamond the next month, and then I could have stopped there if I wanted to stop at Diamond. But I was like, I'm going to keep using this momentum, and then I went double 2 months later. And so make sure you're using all of the momentum and all of the boom season, all of the spring, and utilizing it until you've like I like to say, like, suck everything out of it that you can. Like, never leave anything on the table. It'd be like if you play sports, Taylor, this is for you. If you went out to play a game, whatever sport you want, you wouldn't be like, oh, cool, I made 2 baskets in basketball, I think I'm good for the game. Like, no, you're going to keep going until the game is like, literally the time is out. And you're like, I'm going to get as many freaking 3-pointers as I can. You know, I don't know much about sports, if you guys can tell. But you're going to suck everything that you can and leave everything out on the floor before you're going to walk away from it, right? And so make sure that you're doing that too. And set your goals high. And the other thing I wanted to say was, when I was talking about the rhythm tracker about your 6 list, is God can't bless the work that you're not putting in. So if you're putting in a lot of work, God's going to duplicate that work and bring more to you than you even worked for. But if you're not putting anything in, or if you're putting like the bare minimum in, he's not going to multiply that. He doesn't have anything to multiply. So make sure you're doing that work. And, you know, if you're afraid to send messages, do it anyway. Because if you're not sending those messages and asking people, God's not going to be like, oh, like, you're not sending these messages, so I'm just going to throw these people at you and they're going to message you back. Because I swear, if you message 100 people, even if none of them respond to your message, God's going to bring you other people that are going to come to you because you put out that work. And so make sure that you're doing the work, even if it feels like you're not getting anything back from those specific people. They're going to come from somewhere. So put in the work, pray about it, trust God to duplicate your work and bring those people to you. And pray about these codes that you have, that they're going to the right people, because none of us want to enroll somebody with those codes that are like those people that join and do absolutely nothing, like don't even make their first post. So really pray about that and pray that he's bringing the right people to you, and trust your gut with who you're talking to, and just be really vulnerable with them and honest with them about everything and what it's going to take to join this business, and be successful in it. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all get off of here and post the recording. If y'all have any other questions, put it in whatever chat you're in, and I can answer in there, and I'll send y'all text replacements and all that kind of good stuff. But I love you so much, and I cannot wait for us to enroll like 3 DTs. You enroll 3, teach them to enroll their 3, teach them to enroll their 3, and we're about to duplicate. So I'm so 6. Yeah, some people have 6 codes, so even more duplication. But I love y'all so much. Have an awesome night. I know there's a power hour going on that started at 8:30, so if you want to hop on Kayla's Zoom, that's going on right now. But I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.